Writing Prompts, WP. As a dragon, you are used to humans entering to obtain your treasure or your head. I need help with my magic school homework, is a new one through. Chindra stretched, a mountain of gold shifting beneath him, his broad black wings spreading across the cavern. Comfortable, relaxed, cunning, with the wisdom of millennia. Chindra the Black, they called him. Chindra the Destroyer. Chindra the fuck was that noise? It wasn't hushed voices. It wasn't the swish of metal on metal. Not the pad 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 of muffled footsteps heralding the arrival of yet another group intent of taking his life, and far worse, his hoard. Crying? Not the lamentations of terrified villagers, nor the anguished cries of men-at-arms facing their end. No. It was the quiet weeping of a child, and not his doing. Creeping to the cavern mouth and suddenly realizing he was creeping. For a moment he wondered, what the fuck am I doing? I am the great calamity. I don't sneak. I crash into the world like a lightning bolt. But on he crept, his curiosity piqued by the sound of weeping. What are you doing? Why was his voice soft, even gentle? His roars could crack mountains. Had done. His rage was legend. His bellowing victories had... I'm sorry. It's raining. It was indeed raining. Great sheets of water hammering the ground like the tears of the Gomder men as their empire fell before him like... Is it all right? I'm sorry I woke you. What? I can leave if you like. I just wanted to stay dry. Chindra was taken aback. A human? Asking permission to be there? In his cavern? No, it's fine. Really. The child's face lit up. Thank you. I'll get out of your way as soon as... The child gestured toward the deluge. Sure. No problem. He turned, back to his slumber, but he stopped, caught by a sudden thought. Why are you here? Not the cavern. Obviously, the rain. We're miles from the nearest village. Why are you out in the hills at all? I ran away from school. Chindra stared at the child. I failed my pyromancy mid-term, and Gladys said I would be kicked out of school and never become a wizard, and the other kids said it, and I got so scared, so I ran off. For fuck's sake. How did you fail? The child stood, raised a very cheap-looking wand, spoke a quick incantation, and a small flame, barely enough to light a candle, sprang from the end. Look, human magic is very different from dragon magic. For us, well, it's part of who we are. It flows through us as blood flows through your veins. The child looked at him blankly. Firstly, your stance is wrong. Delicately, Chindra reached out and adjusted the child's posture with the tips of his claws. The spell was still barely noticeable. Chindra sighed heavily. Look, you know about the flow of mana, yes? They never taught us that. Chindra sighed again. Fine, take a seat.